Okay, and continuing this, I decided to go with Catwoman versus Diamondback. Not Diamondback a snake, but Diamondback for a while was kind of a villain, and then kind of a partner for Captain America. And then kind of back to a villain. So someone who's kind of walked a fine line back and forth, as well as actually kind of dated Captain America for a while. So it makes sense to pick a woman who has had like an on-again, off-again, partnership and lover relationship on one side of Captain America versus Catwoman, who has had, again, an on-again, off-again relationship with Batman. Very much like with the Crossbones versus Bane, I try to pick two characters who are fairly similar in style. Now, so I guess we'll just get right into this. When it comes to intelligence, you're looking at essentially a master thief who knows how to do disguises, creates her own costumes, versus somebody who, while being very intelligent, is probably not as intelligent as Catwoman when it comes to what she can actually pull off, what she can actually do. So I will give the intelligence edge to Catwoman. Now when it comes to overall fighting abilities, Diamondback was of course trained by Captain America in basic street fighting. She's a fairly formidable fighter. Now you just put that on the other side versus somebody who was trained by Wildcat in boxing and street fighting, as well as knows various forms of martial arts. So you've got a basic level of knowledge in multiple martial arts versus a knowledge from ex-heavyweight champions in how to street fight, and how to box, how to do takedowns, as well as having been trained by some of the absolute elite when it comes to martial arts. I have to give the martial arts advantage, at the same time it would also be in close fighting. So for in close fighting, knowing that Catwoman also likes to use whips and things like that, she probably has a greater advantage in the medium to close range fighting. So I'll give that edge to Catwoman. Again, they're very, 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 very close. Now we're on to strength. Diamondback has actually been given a blood packet serum that Crossbones stole, and the Red Skull wasn't quite sure what it was, so injected it into her when she was kidnapped. It does have Captain America's blood, so she does have a level of super strength, which puts her probably slightly above, peak human fitness conditions. So for strength, I'll give the strength advantage to Diamondback. So far you've got intelligence and fighting ability, and strength on the other side. Durability. Neither one of them really actually wearing body armor, but knowing how, we'll go with durability next. Invulnerability. Neither of them actually really wearing body armor, but one does have some Captain America blood inside them. So they probably have probably a little bit more resilient than regular everyday human skin. Plus, since Catwoman essentially is wearing a leather bodysuit versus someone who wears a little more tactical clothing, you've got someone who's working primarily for stealth versus someone who's actually looking to get into a fight. So I'll give the advantage there to Diamondback. Again, for durability, they're both humans. But again, you got someone who has Captain America blood, so it's going to give her a slight edge. If you have Captain America blood, steps below taking Tiger blood, but it's going to give you, a little bit more oomph when it comes to your overall regular human abilities. Speed. Catwoman has been rated at having speed just below metahuman. I know, pretty bizarre when you read it and say, wait a minute, oh that's right, she is ridiculously fast and super athletic. So far you've got intelligence, fighting ability, speed versus strength and vulnerability and durability. So right now we're looking, fairly solid. Energy projection, or distance fighting, since, there's no eye beams, there's no heat vision, no frost breath. They're not launching like underarm missiles or anything. So you've got somebody who kind of likes to fight in close, uses whips, and likes to avoid fighting, versus someone who throws a bunch of 4-inch diamond-shaped objects, which may or may not contain some sort of gas inside them. So at distance, Diamondback's got it. She can throw these diamonds ridiculously well. They may or may not have incendiaries or gas or toxins. So essentially, she's throwing batarangs, or a mini utility belt, depending on how you want to look at it. So now we're down to the versatility and the overall X factor. You know, what sort of bizarre side ability does one of them have that the other one just does not have? Versatility. Diamondback, while kind of being an assassin, is a lot more of a, a fight from the distance, you know, if need be, close the distance and fight, versus somebody who would rather use stealth, try to sneak around, not get into a direct physical confrontation until she's ready to. Someone who's probably going to study you a little bit more, as well as somebody who, let's be honest, she also has this weird ability to control cats. So I'm going to give a versatility edge to Catwoman. So now we're down to, you know, whatever sort of bizarre last minute sort of things are going to make one of them more powerful than the other. So we've gone through versatility. Now it's that weird X factor. You know, we'll enhance speed. You know, a better level of versatility, better stealth. If someone's wearing black, another person's wearing bright pink and black, you can't really hide in shadows rocking hot pink. And that's where it comes really close. You have someone who's got better physical attributes and will have a better chance at distance versus somebody who's, you know, going to sneak, going to fight, going to scratch, going to claw, and uses whips and other sort of implements. So with this one, ironically, I'm going to have to probably give it to Diamondback on this one. Primarily because she does have Captain America's blood inside her, so therefore she will have slightly better physical attributes. You know, as well as when you've got diamonds that are essentially little booby traps, you know, in an in-close situation, you can break one of those out and potentially turn the tide in the fight. Yes, so I give this one to Diamondback. I barely give this one to Diamondback. But you're probably thinking, but Catwoman's fought Batman all this time. Batman's a gadget user. Yeah, but Batman more often than not, if he needs to use something to knock somebody out, he will. You know, he's going to do what he needs to do to win. Diamondback, depending on what she ends up pulling out, is either going to be, you know, something that's going to either blind her, so it's going to give her some sort of additional advantage in an in-close fight. Essentially, she might end up having some additional skills and wouldn't be opposed to using a distance weapon up close to help kind of give her a slight edge. So it almost comes down to, you know, why Catwoman would fight dirty. I think Diamondback has a few more tools up her sleeves when it comes to an in-close fight. So I give this one to Diamondback. Again, if you disagree with me, comment section, go nuts.